How exciting is this? This is the last Choose a Photo to close out 2023. Don't worry, I'll have a brand new 2024 New Year one coming soon, but this one is extra important as we close out this year. Are you ready? Because this is your Choose a Photo prediction for this month. And as usual, I'm not only going to give you the exact message that you need to hear today, but I'm also going to give you a prediction about what's going to happen this month for you, as well as an affirmation and a meditation for you to use based on whichever photo you choose. So you will not only get the message, but also tools that you can take action on to really create some results in your manifesting. So pay attention because you're about to hear exactly what you need to know. These videos, if you've been here before, you know, these videos are so unbelievably accurate that time and time again, people tell me how shocked they are. So I really can't wait to dive in and give you your prediction. If you've been here before, you know the drill, but just in case you're new, how it works is that I'm about to put up 4 photo cards up on the screen at the same time, and then I will give you an accurate message and prediction that you need to hear based on whichever photo you choose. And if you enjoy these types of video, I have a whole playlist down below that I linked called the Choose a Photo playlist, and you can find all of the other videos and get all of your messages and predictions. But really quickly, before we get into the video, if you're new here, I'm Mary Kate and I'm a mindset coach and manifesting expert focused on getting you transformational results. My whole channel is all about manifesting, the law of attraction with meditations and more, where I share the tools you need to get the results you want. I post brand new videos every single Wednesday, so be sure to subscribe and also hit that bell notification so you can be notified whenever I post a new video. And also, throughout the video, I want to notice if you see any birds or butterflies or any squirrels or animals behind me. I feel like I have become Cinderella, I think is the princess, where like every time I film a video, all my little woodland friends come out to play. So if you see that, comment below. I usually never really notice until someone points it out. So if you see a friend, point them out. And go ahead and really quickly hit that little thumbs up button if you're watching and getting value from these videos. And once you do that, let's get into it. So like I've mentioned in my other Choose a Photo videos, this is not tarot. It's not any kind of psychic thing. This is actually based through psychology, energy, visualization, and interpretation. And also, like I mentioned, you're about to be shocked at how accurate this gets. So here's how it's about to work. In just a moment, I'm gonna show you 4 different photos up on the screen at the same exact time. And without overthinking it or going too deep or going back and forth or changing your mind, you are going to choose just one and I will tell you what it means and what's about to happen for you. Don't fall into the trap of overthinking it or getting overwhelmed or going back and forth. Pick the first one that you're drawn to, but not the one that you think is the prettiest. Like you don't have to like it, but it just has to catch your eye and you have to be kind of drawn to it. So trust yourself and notice the first one your eyes seem drawn to. And something I highly recommend doing before the new year is coming back to this video or any of the other videos in the Choose a Photo playlist and seeing what messages come up for you. Notice if you're drawn to the same photo or a new photo. Now, here are the 4 photos, and again, just pick one and I will tell you the message and prediction that you were meant to hear based on whichever one you choose. Here they are, and you have just a few seconds to choose. If you chose the first photo of that white light with the ripples in it, here is the message and prediction that you are meant to hear, as well as an affirmation and a meditation that will benefit you the most this month. If you chose this photo, we need to talk about energetic frequencies and vibrations. And I promise this is not going to be boring or complicated, but right now, there is currently something that you're trying to receive or manifest, and it honestly might feel like you're doing all of the right things, but it hasn't shown up yet. And the problem is that you might be doing too much because that thing that you desire already exists. And it's honestly much closer than you think it is. So in order to receive it in the easiest way, you just have to match the right frequency. And doing that will cause it to show up in your reality. And if you're one of those more like logical type of learners, and if that sounds too esoteric, you can think of it like this. What feeling would having this thing provide? And begin to feel that feeling as often as possible, because you feeling it gets your brain on board that it's yours. And therefore, it creates an almost self-fulfilling prophecy, because whether you realize it or not, you're putting out energetic frequencies all day long with your feelings and your thoughts and your beliefs and your emotions. So if you want to attract this thing that you've been wanting, start getting into the feeling of it now. The more that you can feel it without forcing, the more evidence of it that you'll start to see in your reality. So if you chose this photo, this is your sign that you need to uncomplicate how you are approaching receiving this thing. You're making it way too difficult. It's much less complicated than you're making it out to be. And it's actually much closer than you think. You are right there. Because the fact that you're aware of it and you want it means it's already on your radar and that you're meant to have it. Why else would you want it? So simplify your approach and just try to match the feeling as often as possible of what having this thing would provide. Make it that much more simple for yourself. So my recommendation is always just picking a one-word feeling like freedom, relief, excitement, joy, adventure. Feelings that are one word are typically simple to tap into quickly because you're not overcomplicating it and you're not trying to create this like long, weird description of a feeling. Like, do you see how that complicates it again? Have you ever tried to describe how you're feeling sometimes and you're like, well, I'm kind of tired, but I have a little bit of energy and like, I could use a nap, but I'm also wired to say, like, do you see how that gets so complicated? I have days like that where I'm trying to explain something and I'm like, I need to sum this up in a one-word feeling to make it simple. So feel that one-word feeling as often as you can because your manifestation is so much more close than you think. So match the vibration and then get ready to receive. And if you chose this photo, be sure to start listening to the magnet meditation. I'm gonna leave a link to that up here and down below. And also start playing around with the affirmation, more and more blank, please, I'm ready. So more and more, insert whatever it is that you're manifesting, please, I'm ready. More and more, blank, please, I'm ready. So for example, if you chose freedom as your one-word feeling, it would go, more and more freedom, please, I'm ready. Does that make sense? And your prediction is that if you chose this video, you are going to start seeing pine cones or pine trees. And here's the thing, it doesn't have to be physically in person. You don't have to like trip over a pine cone. It could be the scent. It could be in a picture. It could be something someone is saying. Just keep an eye out for how often you start seeing pine cones or pine trees. So pines. Pines is your prediction. And if you chose the second photo of the pink sky and the grass, here is the message and prediction that you were meant to hear, as well as an affirmation and a meditation that will benefit you the most this month. You are either currently in or about to experience a sense of overall happiness, calm, and peace with where you are, with what's happening right now in your life, just being present in the moment. And this doesn't mean that everything is perfect in your life by any means. Of course, things could always be better. Of course, you don't have everything that you want right now. That's not what I mean. I simply mean that you either are in or will be in this beautiful sort of relaxed, content place of ease. A sense of almost satisfaction with taking a step back and realizing that life is good today. Realize that you're looking forward to something today and just enjoying and fully being present in this moment. It's always so easy to get caught up in the future and chasing things, and we forget to actually just enjoy this moment. And the beautiful thing is that if you chose this photo, right now, whether you realize it or not, you are in this phase of energetic shifting and recharging before this next big, amazing breakthrough happens for you. Something big, something amazing that you are manifesting is so close. But in order to receive it, you need to go through this phase of recharging and being present and happy in this moment first. It's almost like the calm before the storm, but I don't want to say storm because it's not bad. It's not a storm. It's the calm before excitement because it's all exciting. It's all good things coming. An avalanche of good news is about to come. So think of it as the calm before the excitement, not the calm before the storm. This exciting moment right before receiving all these big things that you want. Because over the last few weeks, months, maybe even years, you have planted a lot of seeds for certain goals and dreams that you desire to have, and all of those seeds are starting to grow and shape and take form, and you're about to see evidence of it in your reality. How exciting is that? But right now, before you receive those things, this is a beautiful time to soak in the present moment before things start to change and before new things come in for you. Enjoy where you are right now, today, in this moment. Because if you think about it, so often we look back at moments in our lives that may have seemed mundane or insignificant during that time. But later, we look back at it with such a fondness and nostalgia, and this time in your life will likely be one that you look back at like this later. So if you chose this photo, be sure to start playing around with the affirmation every day way, in every way, my life continues to get better and better. And also be sure to start listening to this holiday miracle meditation. I'm gonna leave a link to that up here and down below. So many people love this meditation, and you don't honestly just have to use it during the holidays. It can be used year round. So if you enjoy this meditation, use it whenever you want. And if you chose this photo, you actually have 2 predictions. I truly couldn't narrow it down because both of them were coming up. So here they both are. I've never given 2 before. If you chose this photo, you would either start seeing blankets or palm trees. And I know these sound crazy sometimes. I had to give you 2 because I know so many of you might be rolling your eyes and saying, oh, well, blankets, that's obvious. But I don't mean like your normal blankets that you have at your house, okay? I mean unexpected blankets, if that makes sense, okay? Like a blanket in a field or places you wouldn't normally see blankets or somebody talking about blankets, okay? Or you will start seeing palm trees. And it doesn't have to be outside. I'm not talking about the palm trees behind me, that's too obvious. It could be on a show, in a picture, in a movie, so many different ways. And when you see either of these symbols, or honestly, you might see them both, let it be a reminder to soak in these warm, cozy, pleasant feelings of being fully in this moment where you are right now, before all of these amazing results show up for you, because they're all about to flood in. And if you chose this photo, can you comment like a palm tree or a blanket emoji if they have that one? I'm so curious to see how many of you chose this photo, because like I said, I've never given 2 symbols, 2 predictions. I did pine cones or pine trees in photo 1, but that's like pines. So this is extra special if you chose this photo. If you chose the 3rd photo with the black with all of the gold sparkles, here is the message and prediction that you were meant to hear, as well as an affirmation and a meditation that will benefit you the most this month. Lately, you may have been feeling sort of lost or stuck or frustrated with something that you're currently experiencing. Maybe you've been waiting on an answer for something, or you're frustrated with a certain progress you've been making, or frustrated with current circumstances, or maybe you've just been overwhelmed in general. But the thing is when you're so caught up in current circumstances and the way that things are, you actually get more and more stuck in it. It's like a vicious cycle. You think that things are a certain way, so you expect them to be a certain way, and you can only see them being a certain way, so you continue to experience them that way. It just keeps going round and round and round and round. But you are the only person that can break that cycle. So I invite you to do it now. Why not? Disrupt that cycle in order to see the bigger picture. Identify what exactly you are stuck on or frustrated with, or where you feel lost, or focus on that answer you need and change your mind about it. Change the way you see it and reframe it. How can you see things in a new way, in a new perspective that's gonna serve you better and give you more evidence of that? Because when you intentionally choose to see things in a new way, and I say choose because it's a choice, you have a choice on how you interpret what's ever going on around you. When you choose to understand and fully believe that no matter what you do, that everything works out in your favor, then it does. Live in that truth for yourself, because abundance, support, answers, downloads, guidance, everything that you need in order to move forward is all available to you the second you decide to start seeing it, changing the way you see it. You're not stuck. It's available to you, just change your perspective. It's almost like, just like in this photo, how there are all these little golden lights in the darkness. There are so many opportunities and so much guidance available to you. You just have to be open to witnessing it, open to receiving it, open to experiencing it. The more you continue to seek that guidance and support, and the more that you access your intuition, the faster that you can move through and get to the other side of where that thing that you desire is. It's like you just can't see it when you have tunnel vision, when you're so focused on the outcome, when you're so caught up in the way that life is, versus opening yourself up to, oh, there's different ways to see this. Focus on the solution instead of the outcome. Focus on the overall picture of what you want to experience, of what you want, and allow it to be worked out for you. You aren't meant to make it all happen or do it all yourself. There are endless resources making their way to you to help support you. But if you're closed off to them, you'll miss it. And I don't mean this in some type of esoteric way where there's like spirits or anything. I mean, when you allow your mind to get quiet enough where a download comes through, where an idea pops up, because if your mind is so busy, it can't receive or allow things to come through. Or maybe all of the right people or places or experiences all line up for you to get the perfect outcome. That isn't something that you can make happen. That's something that you tap into and allow and co-create with. If you chose this photo, be sure to start listening to the Surrender and Let Go meditation or the Raise Your Vibration meditation. I'm gonna link both of those meditations down below for you. Feel free to try one or use them both. Use them how you see fit. And also start playing around with the affirmation, amazing situations and circumstances always show up for me. It's all being rearranged in my favor. And if you chose this photo, your prediction is that you are going to start seeing flashlights. Flashlights are lanterns, little light sources. And it doesn't have to be in person. It could be in a movie, it could be on TV, it could be in a picture, it could be in a magazine. It could show up in so many different ways. And when you see this flashlight or lantern, let it be a sign to see things differently and open yourself up to the light. Open yourself up to the guidance and support making its way to you. And if you chose the fourth photo of the white wall with all of those reflections on it, here is the message and prediction that you were meant to hear, as well as an affirmation and a meditation that will benefit you the most this month. There is something or multiple things that you're manifesting right now, but you are getting in your own way by getting caught up in the specifics of how it has to happen. For example, maybe you're trying to manifest winning the lottery versus just manifesting money. Do you see that choosing the lottery is getting so hyper-focused on the how? Why does it have to be from the lottery? Why can't it be from some other source? When you get too caught up in the specifics of how or when something shows up, you take away the speed at which it can happen by trying to over-control it. And we're all guilty of this at some point. But try to look at whatever it is that you're manifesting right now, specifically the things that feel difficult or things where you feel stuck, and notice and figure out if you're too caught up in the specifics of how you want it to happen. If you're manifesting money, are you trying to get specific that it has to come through work or a bonus or a promotion or the lottery or sales? If you want a relationship, are you getting too specific and too caught up on a certain person? If you want a new house, are you hyper-focused on this exact house or nothing else without being open to something better? Be honest with yourself, because only you know if you're getting caught up in the details and too focused on the details. Instead, how can you be open to what you want or better, knowing that it's not just possible, but certain? And when inspired action or guidance comes through for you, you follow it and see how it shows up for you. I mean, what if what you want could show up in such an easier and faster way if you let go of all of the specifics? Because so many times when I coach someone and find out that they're caught up in all of the details and forcing, whenever we clear that, it usually shows up so quickly after. And this is almost one of those lessons that you have to experience first, and then you say, oh, I get it. So that for next time, you remember to let go of the details because they were never up to you. I mean, really. Look at everything you have ever manifested up to this point or anything you've ever accomplished. And when you look really closely, did you control how it all happened? Or did you simply move towards it with full faith and certainty, doing your part when necessary, and allowing it to be worked out and co-creating and letting it show up? It works the same with manifesting. There's this balance between effort and allowing without forcing and controlling. And when you find this balance, things start happening really rapidly. So it's time to get out of your own way and getting caught up in how and when and all of these specifics, and instead be open to what you want, or better, showing up in the easiest and best way. And always, 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 or better. Because you don't know what you don't know. Something better could be there. And if you chose this photo, be sure to start listening to the Attract Miracles meditation. I'm gonna leave a link up here and a link down below for that. And also start playing around with the affirmation, I don't know how or when, but I know that it will. My expectations are constantly exceeded. And if you chose this photo, your prediction is that you are going to start seeing rubber bands all over the place. And it doesn't have to be in person, although it could be in person. It could also be on TV, in a show, someone wearing one on their wrist, someone talking about rubber bands. Watch how they show up for you. And when you see them, let it be a reminder to stop gripping on and constricting how things flow to you. You don't need to control the details. So those are the 4 photos. Let me know which photo you chose, if it was 1, 2, 3, or 4, and let me know if the message resonated with you. I also always love when you come back and leave me comments letting me know that you saw your symbol and your prediction. I love hearing the results from these. And like I mentioned, there's a whole playlist down below called the Choose a Photo playlist. You can see all of my other videos with this and the messages and predictions. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and also hit the bell notification so you can be notified whenever I post a new video. You can also find me over on Instagram and TikTok and Threads at MK Magic Mindset. And if you want to learn more about me, my programs, how to work with me, and more, you can visit my website at mkmagicmindset.com, and I will see you in the next one.